Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our coffee talk this morning. I am very delighted to welcome back Dr. Maureen Carey. Maureen has been sharing some guided meditations and some work that she's been doing, and very kindly said that she would do it for us this morning. So welcome, Maureen. I'm going to turn this over to you. Thank you for being with us.
Okay, so good morning, everybody. I know everybody's on mute, but good morning. So this meditation is based on, for those of you who may remember, when Pope Francis came to the United States, he visited New York and he went to the 9/11 memorial, and it was in April of 2015. And I just loved it. It was an interreligious prayer service, and it was all of the major religious figures of all of the different religious groups. There were the major Christian groups, Sikh, Buddhist, Native American, the rabbi from the Park Avenue Synagogue, the imam from the Islamic Center, and they were all on the stage. And what was so beautiful is that they had what they called the Young People's Chorus of New York City enter in, and do you remember that? They encircled the stage and sang "Let There Be Peace on Earth." And the version that we're going to listen to this morning is a version from the Harlem Boys Choir. But I think it may actually be the same rendition or the same one as that day. So just by way of an introduction, let there be peace on earth is kind of a very tough thing to say these days in terms of what's happening and where all of us are. Yet within ourselves, can we achieve some of that, at least a little bit of that? So I guess my question for us today is, in light of the music, which is very beautiful, and I hope it's going to come through because it's a little bit, I do have a Bose player, so the sound should be great, but sometimes I know it gets wobbly. So I hope that doesn't happen to us this morning. But I'd like everybody to listen, and then there are some PowerPoint slides, some of my own artwork. That first piece that you may see right now was a piece I did shortly after 9/11, about within the 6 months or so afterwards, when I'd looked down at the images of Ground Zero, the pipes and the steel beams that were remaining reminded me of pipe organs, and reminded me that it was holy ground. So I entitled the piece I did "A Requiem," based on that time. And I had the privilege to go down there 3 weeks after the event. My good friend Terry Tobin was a captain at NYPD at the time, and she was one of the first responders. So I accompanied her, and she was hurt that day, but I accompanied her down 3 weeks later. So anyway, what I'd like everybody to do is just watch. It's only about 3 or 4 minutes. And then afterwards, Kathy, if we have a few minutes, maybe people could put their mics on. And if anybody wanted to share some thoughts from the slides or from, from the words to the music or whatever, we could be open for a few minutes if we have time. Sounds good? Okay. So.
Well, that was beautiful. Wow, Maureen, thank you. Some of those pictures just warmed my heart, especially, but I love seeing the smiling faces of those who worked on Boxtown last year, the year before. So if everybody wanted to come back on, or everybody wanted to say anything, Mo is here and we have a few minutes. And I do think that peace on earth is a message we need.
That was beautiful, Maureen. It's
Thank
Carey.
you, Karen.
Oh my gosh. I needed that.
You needed that. Yeah.
Yes, I needed it big. Could have used it yesterday, actually. But it was really.
Yes. Yesterday was quite the day.
Oh my goodness.
Getting their grades.
What happened yesterday?
I said students getting their grades.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yeah. Tough day.
Tough day
Was
for
that,
all.
Karen, was that for you as well? Students getting their grades yesterday?
No, no, it was just my office. Yes.
Gotcha.
The but it really is what's good for you, Karen. You know, this is recorded, so we'll be online. So if you need it tomorrow, you'll be able
Oh, you
to
can watch it again.
and watch
Okay,
it again just to get you through another day. That's what we need to do.
good. That's good.
So but the artwork is beautiful, Maureen. I don't know if some of that was new, but it just, you know, or was any of that some of our student work? Was that all your work? Because I know that sometimes you use some of the student work from your
Right.
class.
One or two pieces were from students, and most of it was from, my own
Mhm.
work.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody had any reflections or thoughts, anything that sometimes when we see visually and then we hear, we have reactions. So I don't know if anybody would want to share some thoughts.
Well, I guess that when I see things like that, it just makes me wish that the world could be like that.
Mhm,
You know, it would just be so much nicer.
mhm.
It's just peaceful and relaxing. You know, it's refreshing. That's all I could say.
Mhm. Mhm.
But
Yeah.
sometimes we can pretend.
Yeah, you're right, Karen.
Living in a fantasy world is very underrated.
You're right.
Mhm.
True.
But I am very grateful for having those minutes together with all of you. I've been very grateful for this coffee talk where we've had a chance to, you know, get a look-see a little bit, at least hear each other and share this kind of time, because I do think it's a great way for us to start the day. And I'm very grateful to my colleagues like Maureen who have jumped in to share with us some of the work they do, that is not necessarily Molloy related. I always love talking to Maureen on Zoom because I get to see her studio. I don't know if you all can see her beautiful artwork behind you, but she is in her studio out on the North Fork. So so better weather, we understand, is coming this week. It is a beautiful time to be able to at least to be able to get out and take a walk. We are still on pause, as far as I can tell from yesterday's messaging. Long Island's going to be on pause for a little bit longer. But I know that we of good heart and strong values will make it through and be better for it. So
Mhm.
I thank you, Maureen, again.
Welcome.
You have a beautiful day. Everybody have a great Tuesday. And tomorrow we are going to be entertained by 3 of our wonderful IT people who are going to share some cool tools with us. So I'll talk to you all tomorrow, and I thank you very much.
Bye,
Great.
Maureen.
Bye-bye. Good to see you, Karen. Good to see you, Carey. Good to see
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Okay.
Thank you.